It's that time of the week. We have a new feature. It's called Week in Woke, the wokest stories.
The Howie Carr Show now presents the Week in Woke.
Do you tire of remembering which pronouns to use? Do you find yourself trying to remember the correct acronym when addressing social issues? Are you struggling to find new and exciting ways to reduce your carbon footprint? Well, fear not, friends. The Week in Woke is here to help.
Forget acronyms for social movements. How about for federal agencies, AFT? And of course, he also used to talk about the TTP, that was the Trans-Pacific Partnership. He called it the TTP.
So can we say today that Joe Biden has created a new cabinet position?
I think he has, but I think there was always that kind of position. It's the American Federation of Teachers is what it is. It was an understandable slip of the tongue, unlike many of his slips of the tongue.
I like the Acapulco Fireball tomatoes. That's a great cabinet position to have.
Al Capone.
Yep. All right, so we've got a few stories to cover today. This is this part of the week where we teach Howie and all of the listeners out there how to be a little bit more woke. Because, again, since I've joined the show, I've noticed there's a severe lack of woke around here, and we've got to do all we can to rectify that. Today's woke stories cover everything from COVID-19 to Disney movies. So
COVID-19 or COVID-9, getting back to Joe Biden?
It has nothing to do with the vaccine, I'll tell you that.
Okay, good. Glad to hear that.
The pandemic could set women's pay back an entire generation.
Oh, no.
While the wage gap between men and women has narrowed over time, there are concerns the pandemic's disproportionate economic toll on women will have ramifications for years to come. How you always say, is there nothing this virus can't do? And you're right, because now it's not only a deadly virus, it's a misogynist virus.
Right. You know, there's an old joke that if the New York Times ran a story about the world ending, it would be world ending, women minorities most affected. And I mean, this is a modern, updated example of that.
Researchers say the workforce lost more women than men in 2020 because of caregiving responsibilities or because they work in low-wage industries that were scaled back. Activists say large structural changes are needed to close the wage gap, including paid
structural changes.
I love this.
Structural.
I love this. The way to fix this problem of women taking time off is more paid time off.
Of course. What else?
Paid sick leave and policies that prevent employers from using salary history to set wages and prohibiting employees from discussing their salaries. We've really
what? Wait a second. You can't. They're going to cut back on your freedom of speech to discuss your salaries. What else? What about what kind of salad dressing you like? Why don't we put that in, make that a law that you can't discuss? Because some people, don't like to admit that they use low calorie salad dressing, right? I mean, you could make this argument about anything.
I'm not sure that's a federal thing just yet. The asking of someone else's salary that is, one of your peers. But in Massachusetts, a couple of years ago, I think Charlie Bacon put it through that you could ask for public record. I mean, a record would be made public on your contemporary salaries in your own company, whatever company you're working for, it would be provided to you.
I used to do this thing called Hack Families of the Week in the Sunday Herald, and I would print the salaries of people. And there was a guy he was leaving the Dukakis administration. He was a friend of mine, even though he worked for Dukakis. And he said, "Can you print my salary this week?" And I said, "Why do you want me to print your salary this week?" And he said, "I don't want you to print the real salary. I want you to give me like an extra $500 a week because I'm applying for a job."
Oh, nice.
And you know what? I must say.
Did you do it for him?
Very fake news. I did it for him.
Wow. Did it work?
Yeah, it did.
Nice. Look at you, Howie, standing up for the little guy.
He later did me a favor, which I can't even mention on the air. It involved the radio industry. But what goes around comes around.
Did you 86 some competition?
No, I don't know. I think he was he needed to, the more salary he was at the private sector level. That's all.
Story, the pandemic could set women's pay back and cancel the virus. Problem solved, I think.
But we can't cancel the virus. That would
Sure we can.
that would inhibit the freedom of religion. We just talked about that. It's not a virus anymore.
Religion,
it's a religion.
Religion doesn't matter. Stacey Abrams, she will get the virus canceled. She'll get everybody on her side to cancel the virus, and we'll all think that it's a terrible thing. And
by the way,
on its merry way.
Stacey Abrams has been saying that she did not ask Major League Baseball to cancel the All-Star game in Atlanta, but now Fox News is reporting that that's very fake news. That she did, in fact, call Major League Baseball.
I heard that she did, and then she called them back and said, "Please don't go.
Please don't go." What? Oh, please
don't leave Atlanta.
Yeah, but that's after it happened.
All of it, yeah, exactly. After everything.
After the horse was in the next county and the barn door was wide open, swinging open.
Howie, last week on the Week in Woke, the premiere edition of the Week in Woke, we discussed how sheet music is racist. Did we not?
Yes, we did.
Are you still listening to classical music occasionally?
Yes, KUSC.org
in
LA.
Who are some of your favorite composers?
Bach.
Oh my God, I can't believe you. Did you know what you just did?
I triggered somebody?
You short named Johann Sebastian Bach.
What do you mean I short named them?
This is a new term we're learning today.
I just learned dead named, and now I got to learn short named?
Not short name. We're going to learn the term full name. This is from Slate. This was out a few months ago, but I thought it was very prevalent that we bring it up today. There will be a time when we'll go to concerts again. We'll buy our tickets, go shoulder to shoulder down the aisle, maybe. The lights will dim and the conductor will walk onto the mic to talk about, let's see, Beethoven, Bach, Schumann, or Schumann, however you want to say it. And they might talk about Alma Mahler, Florence Price, Henry Burleigh, Caroline Shaw. Many of us, used to the conventions of classical performance, will hardly notice the difference. Traditional white male composers being introduced with only surnames, full names for everyone else, especially women and composers.
Wait a second. There's not too many people named Beethoven or Bach or Mozart.
Well, not anymore.
But there are a lot of people named Price. So if you said Price, how would I know it wasn't Vincent Price or David Price, the former Red Sox pitcher?
Going forward, we need to full name all composers when we write, talk, and teach about music. If mononyms linguistically place composers in a canonical pantheon.
I don't know what a mononym is, and what is the other word you used that I don't know the meaning of? What is a mononym?
A mononym? I would imagine a single name. Full naming never places them there to begin with. When we say tonight, you'll be hearing symphonies by Johannes Brahms and Edmund Dede, we're linguistically treating both composers as being equally worthy of attention.
But they're not, see.
Well, so we also need to get rid of people like Cher, Madonna,
right,
Rihanna, Kesha, and Beyonce, to name a few.
See, if you talk about baseball players and you say Aaron, I'm going to think Hank Aaron, not Tommy Aaron, his brother.
See, there's the problem. I didn't know there was a Tommy Aaron. We need to treat them both.
Well, that's a joke. That's a joke that they hit more home runs than any other brother combo in Major League history. I think, Hank hit 733 and Tommy hit 2. Okay.
I do have to say, the Week in Woke, and we're very proud to have them, is now a sponsored segment on the Howie Carr Show. The Week in Woke is brought to you by Thinker.org. No more in no time with Thinker. That's think with an R, like in read. Thinker summarizes the key ideas from noteworthy nonfiction. With Thinker, you get a 10-minute summary to read or listen to, so you can try before you buy. For a free trial, go to thinkr.org. That's thinker.org. And now, Howie, it's time for our social justice warrior of the week. We did have a Disney story. I'm not going to have time to get to it. Maybe next week we'll carry it through. But this clip I'm going to play actually dates back to 2019. However, it's recently resurfaced on Twitter and it's turning heads. Brittany Cooper is an American author, a professor, an activist, and cultural critic. She also weighs, Howie, in excess of 300 pounds. Ms. Cooper, a black woman, says racism, not calories, is why she's fat.
You can't get access to good health care, good insurance. The research says that black women, when we do the same diets as white women, we lose less weight and we lose it slower, even when we're following the diet, than our white women counterparts. And what public health practitioners think is that our stress responses in the body change our metabolism. It's literally that the racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
I'm going to be waiting for the medical report in Journal of the American Medical Association or Lancet or somewhere before.
You used to be a fat guy. Was racism keeping you fat?
Absolutely. and pizza.
Are you going to apply for reparations?
Oh, I need reparation. I could use some fried clams right now too. Some batter dipped fried clams from Ken's. That's all.
Howie,
that's what I'd ask for.
That is the Week in Woke. Thank you very much to thinker.org. That's thinkwithanr.org.
THINKR.org. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Taylor. And we'll do more of this next week. The Biden administration's policies and executive orders are already causing some economic disturbance. Tax laws are going to change. Taxes are going way up. Your tax burden on selling real estate will grow. Every burden will grow. Don't get caught flat-footed and squander the equity in your real estate built up over years or even decades. Sell today with J.J. Manning. For over 40 years, J.J. Manning has been the leading auction house in New England. From high-end homes to estates to commercial properties throughout New England, J.J. Manning can get your property sold fast and contingency-free. There is a big reason why Mass Lawyers Weekly voted J.J. Manning #1 for 4 consecutive years, because they have a huge following of bidders who pay cash. When you sell with a broker, you pay the commission, but in an auction, the buyer pays. With it being a seller's market, you need a broker less than ever. What you need is someone who's going to get you the most money you can. That's why you go with an auction, J.J. Manning. These are treacherous times in the real estate market. Some sectors are at all-time highs, residential property in the burbs, on the Cape, wherever you can get out of the city. Other sectors are losing ground. Think commercial, think retail. Don't wait until Joe Biden destroys this segment of the economy too before you cash out. Get out while the getting's good. To learn more on how to get your property sold fast, contact Charlie Gill at jjmanning.com. With over 16,000 sales and satisfied clients, you can be the next one. Call them today at 1-800-521-0111 or go to jjmanning.com and get your property sold. I'm Howie Carr.
Howie Carr will return after this brief